Poland handed over MiG-29 fighter jets to Ukrainian Air Force. The Ministry of Defense of Poland handed over its MiG-29 fighter jets to the Ukrainian Air Force. Ukrainian pilots went to Poland to receive MiG-29 fighters, which Warsaw decided to transfer to the Ukrainian Air Force as assistance. The data on this subject was announced by the People's Deputy of Ukraine Galina Tretyakova. An unnamed number of Ukrainian Air Force pilots assigned to the air base in Ivano-Frankivsk are already in Poland, where they will receive combat aircraft that were previously in service with the Polish Air Force. The exact number of combat aircraft transferred to Ukraine is not called, however. Today Poland is armed with 32 MiG-29 fighters, including combat training aircraft. This indicates that we can talk about 24 fighters allocated to the Ukrainian Air Force. Such actions on the part of the Polish authorities are of great concern, since this is an attempt by NATO countries to directly interfere in the special military operation conducted by the Russian side in the Donbass. To date, the armed forces of Ukraine are armed with a relatively small number of combat aircraft. However, most military bases and airfields have been rendered unusable, which raises questions as to whether Ukraine will be able to use Polish fighters at all.
Every night now, the air raid sirens wail and people scramble for safety. This war is getting uglier as men, women and children cower for another night in the darkness.
Мы не знаем, куда упадет ракета, что будет с нашим городом, кто сюда зайдет и как все будет через 5 минут. Поэтому последние несколько дней мы живем в аду.
This is a place that is awaiting its fate. The United Nations is moving all non-essential staff and their families. This group heading for the border. On the roads to the south, Ukrainian armour rumbles to meet the growing threat. These troops advancing to reinforce the defence of this region. Inside the city, there is an atmosphere of paranoia and suspicion. As rumours of Russian spies circulate, this man was detained at gunpoint. And all the time, roads and buildings are being fortified. This is a fight for the soul of this country.
I'm here because I think that everyone should unite in our efforts, and maybe I can't kill someone, but I can help in other way.
These people want to fight, but for now will offer their support any way they can. The territorial defence has so many volunteers, they can't all join at once. There is a real sense of fear and apprehension. People are extremely scared about what is happening to their country, but the levels of resistance here are immense. It seems that anyone who is able to pick up a gun or fill up a sandbag is coming forwards in defiance of the Russian invasion.
Two Russian Su-35CS were shot down over Kyiv, Ukraine claims. The Post, shared on the Facebook account of the Command of the Air Force of Ukraine, reported that an air battle took place in the sky over the capital of Ukraine, Kyiv. The publication states that there was an air battle between two Ukrainian MiG-29 fighters and two Russian Su-35C fighters belonging to the Russian Air Force. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, the two Russian fighter jets were shot down using an S-300 missile system. The statement also said that a MiG-29 fighter belonging to Ukraine had crashed and the pilot was wanted. On the night of March 1st, a fierce air battle took place in the Kyiv region between a pair of MiG-29 fighters from the Tactical Aviation Brigade of the Air Force of Ukraine and several Russian Su-35s. As a result of the air battle, two Russian planes were destroyed. Along with the air-to-air missiles used by the MiG-29, the S-300 air defense system was used in the battle. Unfortunately, as a result of this war, our Air Force lost a MiG-29. The pilot of the crashed plane is still wanted. Yes, today enemy planes dominate the quantity and quality of weapons, but our Air Force is doing everything possible to clear the Ukrainian sky of a hostile presence. BulgarianMilitary.com cannot confirm the accuracy and trueness of this information. Russian, Ukrainian, and Western propaganda is constantly published in the media and social networks. The sources are not correct and reliable.